Hello everyone, my name is Bygl and welcome back to another episode here from the Metacraft SMP. I hope you are having a wonderful day today. If I don't look at it, it doesn't exist. There's a few things that change around the base. Some of them I don't want you to pay attention to, some of them I do. So just pick correctly where you gaze your eyes upon here, okay? Today we're gonna start a project that I wanted to do for a long time and it's been a long time coming. The problem is that it's just extremely grindy, but today we're gonna begin and we'll see how far we can get each episode with it. Today we're gonna start the whole texturing of the inside of our cave base, right? So here you can see a little bit of a beginning that I started. You can see some stalactites hanging from the ceiling. You can see a little lake area with some water dripping down into the aqueduct. And so this is still not done, this little part. But this is kind of how I'm imagining the entire base should look once it is done. At least all of the cave areas that we're gonna have around here. And of course there are gonna be a few splashes of color in here as well. It's not just gonna be all stone and gray, so we need to figure out some like little pictures we can put up here as well. Maybe some pixel art even, there might be some room for that. Maybe we could figure out a little bit of a new texture for the bridge as well, because even though I do like how it looks, it's a little bit too plain with the simple stone bricks like that, so some changes need to be made there. And other than that, oh yeah, and we need to replace the green candles, because I don't like them at all as a light source on the bridge here. But yeah, that is basically everything I want to do for the beginning of this episode. So I don't know how I'm gonna master all of this other than just jumping right into it and getting as much of this done as possible. So we are back from the little montage, courtesy of Enbentz, by the way. He did a little bit of music using the tune that I use for intros and stuff, so that was a pretty cool gift from him to me. A small little sample of music right there for you. Anyhow, I just got a message from Mr. MiniWheats, and it would appear that we are going to have a little bit of a distraction for a bit, which I of course don't mind, and hopefully you guys don't too. So let's quickly go see what he has in mind.
So this is Enbentz's game. I have named it Mythic Divergence because I wanted two words that fit the amount of frog lights.
Well, there you go. That is a good name.
Yeah. Well, a thesaurus told me divergence could be used instead of maze, so. So the two that I need specifically tested here are medium and hard. It should be fine as long as you run one of them. So you can choose which one you want to attempt. Medium will give you some room for error.
And the high score changes depending on people who beat it the fastest? Is that...
Yeah, so currently it's 24.4. If somebody beats the high score on either easy, medium, or hard, it will set a new high score.
I see. Can the system detect?
But you won't get the credit because you...
Or do you have to, like, time yourself?
No, the system does all the timing for you, and it's based on items.
Wow.
So it's all based on hopper speeds. At 2.5 items a second.
Your design or Enbentz's?
My redstone, his game.
I see. Yeah, so he did the actual maze.
The maze and the parkour.
Yeah.
And then I came up with and hooked up all the redstone.
That is so cool, MiniWheats. That is so cool. I need to test it right now. Okay. My very first one, I'm gonna do medium. Alright.
And if you read this sign here, it'll tell you what to do.
Press button to start, run forward into the frog lights immediately, I assume. One token if no account.
You do not want to miss the frog light opening.
Does the game start when I put in the token or when I press the button?
When you press the button.
Right.
It actually has a brief delay, so it actually starts right when the frog lights open, so.
Alright, very well. Let me just double check one thing. Very good, okay.
Okay.
So.
And I'm going to be watching the redstone while you do this.
Okay. Let me know if something's broken so I don't, like, slam into something and everything breaks. 3, 2, 1, press.
Okay.
Maze. Oh, it's cobwebs. Okay.
Okay.
I gave Enbentz a lot of feedback on the last maze. I think he might have taken it into account in designing this one. Yep, he did. Dang it. Alright. Whoop. Alright. My impeccable sense of direction, don't fail me now. I don't know how the exit looks, I'm gonna need to figure that out as well. Okay, so that's the beginning again. This all connects up.
I guess kind of like that, but yes, back.
Oh, the caves are difficult. Oh, I've been here before. Oh no! It's an actually good maze this time. Dang it, Enbentz. Oh, and the cobwebs are punishing. Okay, so I've been here. Is there anything else to go? I feel like I've been everywhere. That's the thing.
You're not
Want to
allowed
quit?
to use that as
Oh,
instruction.
that's a back door. Emergency back door.
To the end.
Dang it. Womp womp. Alright.
Yeah, I need you to make it to the end, so you're not allowed
Yeah.
to take the button exit.
That is very fair. Alright, so I know where I am. It's near the beginning. Pattern recognition is coming in. Oh, the cobwebs, once you get stuck, it's like tournament. This is the same path, going all the way to the left, and here is the emergency exit. This all connects up to the same thing anyhow. This is a dead end, I remember. Oh wait, no, this continues. Oh my goodness, how come I haven't found this before? And here's the parkour. No, what is this below me? MiniWheats! If I fall.
It wasn't my design, because
Enbentz! Luckily it's good parkour. It's not like impossible. Whew! I did it!
you made it to the end. And
Oh no.
will this work?
That was embarrassing.
It did not work.
Well, that's why we test. Well, isn't that amazing? MiniWheats and Enbentz working together to create basically a sequel of my favorite game from Season 1, Into the Fire? Because that is technically what it is, isn't it? It's like a maze that is timed with a little bit of parkour. That's what Into the Fire was from Season 1, and now we have it again. Even better than before. I do have a charge creeper here. I don't know what I'm gonna do with him though. Anyhow, let's cover everything that happened to the base. You can already probably see quite a few changes to the exterior of the island as well. That's something we're gonna start tackling on relatively soon. But I've been playing a lot on the server actually, quite a bit, and not recording almost any of it. I've kind of just been chilling, playing, figuring out ideas, see what works, see what sticks, see what doesn't. And yeah, I kind of just wanted to get a lot of that grindy work done over time. That's why we haven't had too many episodes as of late. But now we're back, and check this out. The entire island, as you might have seen earlier today, completely shaved. We went full bald. Look at this. The only tree that remains is this one. That is the farm for the warped wood that we did, the temporary one. And going all the way around, you can see... Indeed, the only trees remaining is that one and these two custom trees, because I'm kind of figuring out what we actually want to put on the exterior of this island, and getting some pine trees, maybe some other custom trees as well, sounds like a good idea to me. I also want to build some bridges, which are gonna lead from the outside to the inside, always leading to an entrance like that. You can see we have one entrance over there, in the shape of our noggin, so people know which base it is. But also, now, we have another entrance into the base right here with the same similar shape, and this leads into the small, like, potion storage area that we have for excess potions that are get brewed, right? That is at the back of the potion lab, right? And now you can also exit from here, so we have more entrances and exits to the base now, which is always very convenient to have, so that is there now. Very expensive diamond-wise, but alas. Speaking of diamonds, by the by, another thing that I'm thinking we could do for the exterior of the base, kinda just slam these all around, is I kinda wanna have like floaty diamond rock bits. They don't have to be diamond always. There's another example here. This one's got just some little bit of stone that is like levitating, and I really want the outside of the base to kinda have this magical floaty rock vibe, so I'm kind of trying to like trickle some of these in, see how it looks from a distance. And there's another little piece of it light right here and also right here. And just glancing at it from a distance like this, if we have like a gazillion of these, I think that could be an interesting exterior visual. Anyway, I think it's time to look at what's been happening on the inside of the base now. I don't even know where to start, honestly, because there's so many little things everywhere, so I think we're just gonna start and kind of slowly make our way through everything. And before we go to the main chamber that we are currently in, I do want to mention that I did add a tiny little new room right here. There's a small spiral staircase, leads all the way around, and there is a new room here. So this is where the balcony is, from this room that we had, that kind of just had a wall right here until now. And now it's got an enchanting setup right here. All the way up to level 30. I kind of just wanted to have an enchanting setup, didn't know where I wanted to put it, and now it is here, so there you go. Also, Enbentz has been here, because he definitely moved a dog right into this spot. Enbentz, I know you've been skulking about. What are you doing? You're not planning anything devious, are you? So as far as the main chamber here goes, there's quite a few changes. Of course, the entire top half is decorated. There's stalactites hanging off the ceiling, a little bit of texture work with some cobblestone and tuff, and sometimes andesite kind of just slapped into some places. There's this small waterfall lake which flows all the way down into there. What else? These lamps, completely new. Before we had candles, didn't really like them, replaced them, so now we have these lamps similar to the ones that we use on our Let's Play series for that forest in between our bases. So we've got that going on. Other than that, yeah, a little bit of foliage, but yeah, that's pretty much it, the extent of it. As far as the overall changes to the visuals go, there's a few new things added as well, though. For example, we now have a staircase right here when you come here to the left, and this leads into a new little road that you can take. So if you go right here, you can see some other new things all the way down there. We're gonna get to those in a moment. But you can kind of walk around the bridge if you want to take another path, and this is where it spits you out. So it's basically the same road as the bridge road, but I really wanted to do something with this like bottom area, kind of like carve a tunnel that is half visible from there, and there's the wall right here. It's kind of like a half tunnel. I don't know how to explain it otherwise, but it looks really cool when you're looking at the wall there. So there's like a bunch of stuff that is there. There's these stalagmites that connect the ceiling and the floor and everything, and a big stalactite right here. So yeah, I really wanted to do some like cave decorating type stuff, and this is what scratched that itch for this base. So now we have a cool new side pathway. It's the same pathway technically, but it's always nice to have just some other options. All in all, this is supposed to be kind of maze-ish for the base, so, you know, this works, having more pathways that lead to the same places. But there is another pathway that leads off of here. Look at this. There is now a bridge between this area and this area. Right underneath the bridge, we have this mini bridge that I'm currently walking through. It's kind of hang up by chains. We're gonna get a good look at it from outside in a little bit. At this point in time, this just leads randomly into the creeper farm area that we have. That might change because this looks really bad, but I really just needed somewhere to spit us out, and this is where it ended up. So maybe it's gonna lead downwards next time we do some changes, because I don't really want it to lead upwards. Anyhow, moving back, this staircase kind of sucks. I'm gonna need to work on it still, because you kind of have to do the snake if you want to get up. Okay, I think I showed you the majority of things that happened up here. The other thing that is still new is this tree. Added a tree, added another tree right here as well. If you can see it, that's a new one. But other than that, I think we're pretty much done. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna take a new path to the bottom of our base, which has not been there before. I need to make a boat. I should have prepared this, but you guys are gonna have to wait with me for a moment. There we go. So now you can go underneath this bridge. It is decorated over here as well now into this small pond area. And if you saw that waterfall from before, you can now go down here. Okay, you need to be careful not to go down the stream though, because then it pushes your boat below the water, and that's weird. I'm gonna have to make sure that can't happen. But yeah, there is now this new pathway for boats kind of in a similar sense to that pathway that we just took, that kind of leads all the way around, but this one's boat-based, there's water in, and there is another waterfall right here, and if you take this one, look at this. Woo! Boom! Ta-da! So the waterfall leads from there, and it connects up that water. Well, you can't really go back, so it's a one-way turn, but you can go from here to here, and now you are at the very bottom level where the sewer system is and everything. So yeah, now that is all connected up, and our mission to making the base more traversable by water and boats, that boat totally just turned on itself and it looked at me and it made me very uncomfortable. But that mission is coming along just fine. And this is really satisfying for me, I don't know if it is for you guys. But basically every single block you see here is actually hand-placed, even though it doesn't seem that it should be that way. But the majority of the blocks here have been replaced and placed by me as I texture them and all of that. So even though we are below the ground in a cave and there is a lot of stone around, basically 90% of it is actually our doing, so that is very exciting. Yeah, some changes down here as well, by the by. One of them is that all of the chickens, by the way, are completely gone. They're not haunting my nightmares anymore, so that's nice. A little bit of stalactite, stalagmite, stalagnite work happening here. Added a few of those. Trees have lanterns now, kind of just to illuminate our surroundings. There's this new tree kind of growing outside of the bridge. As you can see, I really wanted to have some greenery, kind of like coming out of the pillars, and this is kind of an experiment, dabbling in that, and I really like it, so I might add a little bit more of that. I don't want to overdo it though. Another thing is that we now have textured the bottoms of the pillars, so before they were completely stone bricks, and now the bottom has like deep slate bricks and basalt and cobbled deep slate and other deep slates, and I just kind of wanted to have it being like eroded at the very bottom, so that is what is happening over here. I don't know if you guys like it, but I think that is a good call. It's definitely looking less bland now, and the second pillar has a similar treatment, as you can see. And, of course, not to mention, this bridge. This is how it looks. That's the bridge we took a little bit earlier, and you can see that it's being held up by chains, by the actual big bridge over there, kind of just to give it stability. And it just adds a lot more depth to the inside of here, I think. And it also puts the big bridge in scale, because we didn't really have a proper scale for it before, but now, when you can see that this is like what something of a player size should be, then this bridge just becomes that much more big, right? Also, another small detail that you guys will never notice, but it took me quite a while to do, is that this wall is completely man-made, and this was actually exploded way further in with TNT and things, I believe. If I break this block, yeah, there's a bunch of holes there. There's a billion holes here that were exploded that I decided to just cover up because I didn't really want to expand this room any further in. But hey, there's a bunch of like continuations. There's even some TNT left over. I should probably grab that later. But wait, there's more still. For example, we now have a zombie trapped here. Picked up a stone, and now he lives behind the trapdoor. Look at him. That's not the thing, though. It's not really something that is finished. Something that I'm gonna start working on is what this is more of. And it's not even me who's gonna be working on this. I'm gonna actually ask someone on the server to build something on this spot. Now, I'm not like settled on what I want to be in this spot. I think I might contact Callie. She has a custom mushroom shop where she builds like these big custom mushrooms. She has some of them on her base as well in that like glass house building, if I remember correctly. And she built some for like Enbentz and some other peeps as well. So I really want one of those custom mushrooms right here. If I could do a little bit of a payment or a favor for her to get one of these, that would be super awesome. I just really wanted to have something built by someone else in my base, and this is where the spot for that is, so I'm gonna ask in between episodes. Hey, we'll see if we can manage to get something done here. It's very much exciting. I don't remember this room being here before. I don't think I showed it to you guys. Just in case you're curious what this is the actual creeper farm things that drop the, how would you call that? Item collection, there we go. The items get collected from the creeper farm into this spot, so eventually we're gonna get like a proper storage system there. But other than that, I believe after a big mouthful and everyone in the video, watching the video on YouTube sleeping, I'm pretty sure we've covered basically everything. Maybe, maybe not. Everything important anyhow. Indeed, that's what's been happening for the past about 2 months, I'd say. So yeah, that's what I've been working on, and that's what I will be working on in the foreseeable future as well. Although there are some other projects that I'm working on as well, such as the Spiral Spire, our game in the Gaming District, and Ludo's Cove. That's what I said, Ludo's Cove, not the Gaming District. That is coming along just fine, by the by. Second level is done. I'm gonna showcase that on its own episode, though. Like, I'm not gonna give you little progress updates. We're just gonna look at it once it is done and dusted. So until then, we're just gonna keep on chipping away, and that might happen 2 episodes from now, because the next episode is going to be a little special one. I'm not gonna tell you guys what's happening then, but do know that the next one is gonna be quite wacky. And with this beautiful sunset happening in the background, I do have a beautiful announcement as well. Not this one, dang it. I need to go into my base. You guys don't know about this, but I have like 1 billion of these secret tunnels all over the all over the place, so I can just quickly swoop in whenever. But yeah, there is a cool new thing happening on the server, and that is that we have new members, which are ApollionX, MetalJack, FuryRaptor, and MakYeah. Their links are going to be in the description, so you guys can check them out. They are our new friends. You will be able to see them next episode, all of them, hopefully. So yeah, do look forward to that. But until then, it's been a busy little while, and I am completely done with this episode. I also need to tune that pumpkin and melon farm, because it doesn't sound right. Anyways, that is everything from me. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Have a wonderful rest of the day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.